Buongiorno, welcome back to my channel. We have another review today on a new release and it is on Sea Intense from Giorgio Armani. This is the third formulation of this fragrance. So if you want to know all about it, how does it compare to the previous ones that just came out 2 years ago, and my thoughts about this fragrance and to whom would I recommend it, then please keep on watching. But before going through the review, if you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. My name is Noura and on this channel I mostly talk about fragrances. So if you are a fragrance lover, then please consider subscribing and also hit the notification bell so you will get notified when I upload any new video. Also follow me on Instagram where I post some exclusive content that I don't do here on YouTube. I will highly appreciate it if by the end of this video you found it helpful or you enjoyed it, to give me a thumb up. That will help me a lot. And without further ado, let's start. As I said, this is the third formulation of Sea Intense. The first one came out in 2014 and was in this beautiful black bottle. And it was a favorite of a lot of people. A lot of people were heartbroken with that fragrance was reformulated in 2021. It was more of a woody, complex, a little bit on the dark side if we compare it to the original Sea. In 2021, they came out with a new formulation, which was actually quite nice. It was totally different to the original one, and it was a very thick, syrupy, sweet, blackcurrant fragrance. Quite on the sexy side. It wasn't my favorite, I have to admit, but a lot of people really enjoyed it. So I was really surprised when just 2 years later they come out now with another version. But I have to tell you, I really like it. So a big disclaimer before beginning, I am not a fan of Sea, like the Sea DNA. So I don't own any Sea fragrances. The only ones that I did enjoy a little bit was the Sea Intense that came out in 2021. But I really like this new version. So let's start by how this fragrance smells and then go through the comparison. So this smells like the original DNA of Sea. So you have blackcurrant, you have patchouli, you have rose, and it has a big dose of vanilla. You can smell it right from the start. When you spray it, you immediately get patchouli and blackcurrant as predominant notes. Then you start to get the rose and the sweetness of the vanilla. So it's not like a different fragrance when we compare it to the original Sea. It's really like a more vanillic version of the original one. Quite on the sweet side, but not as much as the one that came out in 2021. So when you first spray it, you get this Sea DNA with a sweet vanillic touch. It does develop quite nicely, especially on my skin. Like after an hour is where this fragrance is, to me, irresistible. So I wasn't expecting much of this fragrance. So I tested this one on skin and tested actually that day a lot of fragrances, and then went home, and then every time I move my arm, I smell this beautiful vanilla, and I was totally in love. But I wasn't sure if it's this fragrance or other fragrances that I've tested that day. So I went next day to test it again, and same happened. So the opening is quite pleasant, nice, but again for me not mind-blowing because I'm not a fan of the DNA. I really can't explain how this fragrance transforms on my skin. It becomes extremely addictive, sweet vanilla, but not too sweet. It's just in the right amount. What I like about this fragrance is that the blackcurrant is there, and I love blackcurrant. But I don't like the combination so much in this fragrance between patchouli and blackcurrant. So here, after an hour, I get just this right amount of this sweet, fruity blackcurrant, and the patchouli really fades away and gives place to a gorgeous vanilla. I feel like all the new releases are all about vanilla, and this is not an exception. This is, to me, a sweet vanilla version of the original Sea. So here we have in the top, as we said, blackcurrant. In the mid we have rose and davana, and in the base we have two types of vanilla. We have black tea and also patchouli. So I don't know if it's the black tea note. I personally can't get it, but I think this is what makes this fragrance quite tolerable and beautiful, especially in the dry down. Remember, it's in the base, so the black tea is in the base note, so it should be the one that comes out in the dry down. And I feel like it really makes a difference. Not that I can smell it specifically, but it has this gorgeous, airy, sweet vanilla touch in the end that is just delicious and addictive and so beautiful. So as you can see, I am really liking this fragrance, and I don't want to say love because I'm till now a little bit skeptic if it's like a total love for me, because I can't imagine loving a sea fragrance. Let's talk about the comparison between this one and the 2021 version, which you can still find in some places online. So in the 2021 version, and I will leave the notes of both of these fragrances here so you can see it. I have it on the blotter here. The one from 2021 is similar to this one when it comes to the notes composition somehow, but it has this very sticky, syrupy feeling to it. It's definitely much sweeter than this one. You can really feel blackcurrant syrup in that one, quite heavy. This one is still sweet, but it has more of a vanilla sweet, not a fruity sweetness. So I feel if you love sweet fragrances, you will love both of them. But if I have to recommend one, then go for the one from 2021. However, I definitely myself prefer this one, sure, because I am not a fan of very sweet fragrances. So this is just enough for me, the right amount of sweetness. I can't tolerate more than that. And it has this airiness, as I said, so it gives me a little bit of a comforting but yet sexy feeling. It's gorgeous. I have to admit, it's really gorgeous. So if you already have the Sea Intense from 2021, I would say you don't need this one. But if you are debating which one to get, if you love really sickly sweet fragrances, then go for the Intense one. If not, if you're like me, you don't like very extremely sweet fragrances, and even if you don't love the CDNA, I would say try this fragrance, especially in the dry down. This is one of these fragrances that you should leave on your skin for a while before judging if you like it or not. Now, when it comes to performance, we have a difference between the two. So definitely the one from 2021 performs better. It was really good in performance. Actually, not all, but most of the Sea range has good performance. This one, I can say from a performance point of view that this is an intense version of the Sea, of the original Sea. That said, still this has really good performance. It lasted on my skin for 6 hours, and on my clothes it lasted the whole day. It was no problem at all. So it really checks when it comes to performance. But as I said, the 2021 version was much better. To me, that one stayed on my skin for almost the whole day. And when it comes to sillage, again, definitely the winner here is the 2021 version. But for me personally, I am totally okay with the sillage of Sea Intense. It has a moderate sillage. It does fade away after, like you say, 4 hours. It becomes more of like a scent bubble around you. But keep in mind, I am not an oversprayer. So for me, Sea Intense or sieaudeparfumintense, this is how you can differentiate the two, is definitely a win for me. And I decided to get myself a bottle. This is not for reviewing. I decided to get it for myself. I really like this fragrance. And let me tell you about a combo that I discovered that is just to die for. So here is the combo that I recommend. Yes, another new release, which I did a review on. I'm not sure if I will upload the review on this one before or after Sea Intense, so definitely check the description, and also don't forget to hit the notification bell if you are waiting for a review on Burberry Goddess. These two together, oh my God. It's heaven. So if you don't know, Burberry Goddess is a true vanilla fragrance. It does have lavender, so it gives it a little bit of a soft vanillic touch, but the focus here is totally vanilla. We have 3 types of vanilla in this fragrance, and these two together, magic. I recently am wearing only these two together. I love the combination. At first, you will get this one more, and then Sea Intense will shine more after like a few minutes. But wait for like a half an hour, and oh my God, you will get this blanket of gorgeous fruity vanilla. Just perfection. And that was it. That was my review on Sieaudeparfumintense from Armani. Please tell me in the comments down below if you already tried this fragrance. Are you a fan of the Sea range in general? And what do you think about the 2021 version in comparison with this one? Looking forward to see your comments down below. I hope you liked this video and you found it helpful. And if you did, please give it a thumb up and consider subscribing to my channel. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you will get notified when I upload any new video. And I have a lot of reviews coming of all the new releases, so stay tuned. Thanks a lot for watching and see you next time. Ciao!